Executive President Muhammadu Buhari tomorrow. Federal Executive Council approves 2022 appropriation bill of 16.39 trillion naira for presentation to National Assembly. Plus, Inspector General of Police orders immediate posting of Echeng as new Commissioner of Police in Anambra State. A very good evening to you, and thank you for joining us on the news tonight. I am Achibo Basi. President Muhammadu Buhari has written to the National Assembly seeking the level of the legislators to present their 2022 budget before a joint session of the National Assembly tomorrow, Thursday, 7th October 2021. Senate has confirmed the nomination of 4 persons for appointment as Chairman, Chief Executive, and Executive Commissioners of the Nigerian Upstream Regulatory Commission. The confirmation is equal to the consideration of the Petroleum Resource Upstream, which screened the nominees and described them as eminently qualified for the positions. Meanwhile, Senate has passed the revised 2022-2023 medium-term expenditure framework and fiscal strategy paper.
Isa Ibrahim Modibo as Chairman, Engineer Benga Komolafe as Chief Executive Officer, Malam Hassan Gambo as Executive Commissioner Finance and Account, Ms. Rose C. Ndong as Executive Commissioner Exploration and Acreage Management.
And this commission is one of the huge arms of those reforms that will stabilize the petroleum industry in Nigeria.
Also, the Federal Executive Council has approved the 2022 appropriation bill of 16.39 trillion naira for presentation to the National Assembly. Also approved are the changes made on the 2022-2024 medium-term expenditure framework to formally accommodate provision of the Petroleum Industry Act. The Minister of Finance, Budget and National Planning, Zainab Ahmed, announced this while briefing journalists after the Council's meeting. Governor Udo Emmanuel has sworn in Justice Ekaite Francisca Obot as the new Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State. Susan Asukwo reports that Justice Obot is the 8th Chief Judge of the state since its creation 34 years ago.
The brief event, which was held at the State Executive Chamber, was attended by both the legislators, chairmen of boards and commissions, and members of the State Executive Council. Being the 3rd female Chief Judge of Akwa Ibom State, Justice Ekaite Francesca Obot took the oath of allegiance and the oath of office.
I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So help me God. Here before you.
Congratulating the newly sworn-in Chief Judge, Governor Udom Emmanuel appealed to the judiciary to ensure quick dispensation of justice as some prisons in the state are already congested. He reassures of his support to every arm of the judiciary to ensure that the rule of law is upheld, noting that without the rule of law, there can be no democracy.
I just pray that we run a country where justice shall prevail, where everybody should do the right thing and do it consistently too. But once again, let me say congratulations, and I know you put in the machinery to further reform the judiciary and also dispense justice quickly.
Justice Ekaite Francesca Obot, who was called to bar on August 23, 1985, was sworn in as acting Chief Judge of the state on June 30, 2021. In Uyo, Susan Asukwo, NTA News.
The European Union has granted additional 50 million euros to strengthen its assistance to the Nigerian Energy Support Program towards ensuring an enabling environment for renewable energy and energy efficiency in the country. Adebola Brucelin Sunday reports.
The Nigerian Energy Support Program has been in operation in the country since 2013 for the promotion of investment in Nigeria's domestic markets for renewable energy, energy efficiency, and to improve access to electricity for the disadvantaged, mostly in the rural communities. It is in a bid to ensuring more impacts on Nigerians that the co-funders are extending the grants with additional 15 million euro, making a total of 35 million euro, which will take the project to 30th November 2022.
We will continue to prioritize the objectives of renewable energy, climate change, as well as the goal of economic diversification and creation of decent jobs.
Especially when we look into the recycling of waste that comes out of renewable energy sites. And one core area that we want to go deeper into is recycling of batteries.
So far, about 3,000 settlements and 2.6 million buildings have been remotely mapped with over 50,000 kilometer electricity grid tracked in 22 states.
We are targeting 130,000 Nigerians having access to electricity. And we are talking about people that have never had.
The Nigerian Energy Support Program, in partnership with the German Corporation for International Cooperation, GIZ, is a technical assistance program co-funded by the European Union and the German government in collaboration with the Federal Ministry of Power. Adebola Brucelin Sunday, Nta News.
And now to COVID-19 update. The Nigeria Center for Disease Control has confirmed 344 cases of COVID-19 in the country as at 5th October 2021. According to the NCDC, Federal Capital Territory has the highest number of 79 cases, followed by Lagos with 62 cases, Rivers 45, Kaduna 33, Plateau 22, Edo 16, Benue 13, Kano 12, while Cross River and Delta recorded 11 cases each. Other states affected are Anambra 9, Abia 8, Jigawa 7, Bauchi, Ekiti and Kwara 4 cases each, Oyo 2, Akwa Ibom and Nasarawa 1 case each. The total confirmed cases of the pandemic in the country stands at 206,623, in which 194,167 persons have been treated and discharged, while 2,723 persons could not survive the virus. You're watching news reaching you from the studios of Nta Calabar. You can watch this newscast on our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Nta Calabar. See you shortly. Good to have you back. The Inspector General of Police, Usman Alkali Baba, has ordered the immediate posting of HN Eworo HN as the new Commissioner of Police in Anambra State. A statement by the force indicates that the IGP directed the new Commissioner of Police to deploy both kinetic and non-kinetic approach in crime fighting strategies to reverse the negative trend, reclaim public spaces from hoodlums, and to restore peace in the state. The IGP also ordered the deployment of a detachment of special forces to the state to strengthen the ongoing peace-building efforts of the Nigeria Police. Meanwhile, the IGP has charged the new police chief to work with other stakeholders and patriotic forces in Anambra State for the immediate return of normalcy and abide by the rules of engagement. The Nigerian Army 13th Brigade has flagged off a new exercise codenamed Exercise Stillwater in its area of responsibility at the super camp in Ikang, Bakassi local government area of Cross River State. Commander 13th Brigade, Brigadier General Peter Mala says, Exercise Stillwater is a field training designed in pursuance of the Nigerian Army's constitutional role of providing aid to the civil authority.
In the exercise, troops will practice on the preparation, planning, and conduct of its operations on land and water, employing the newly introduced Nigerian Army Super Camp concept. The exercise is also expected to assess the understanding and application of the tactics, techniques, and procedures of various scenarios of internal security operations by commanders at all levels.
The brigade has prepared for this exercise and efforts made to integrate all other security agencies in Cross River in the exercise. This will definitely give all the opportunity to enhance our proficiency in the execution of military operations other than war.
Permanent Secretary State Security Services Cross River State, Dr. Alfred Mboto, lauds the effort of security agencies, especially the 13th Brigade, in reducing criminality in Calabar and Cross River State.
I want to, at this juncture, especially applaud the effort of the Nigerian Army, particularly the Chief of Army Staff, for ensuring that this all-important exercise is being conducted for the 6th time in Cross River State.
A free medical outreach for optimal health care delivery for the host communities set the tone for the start of the exercise. In Calabar, Achibon Bassi, NTA News.
And away from security matters, the role of women as home and nation builders cannot be overemphasized, especially through prayers for peace and national unity. Living up to this belief is the reason why a national prayer conference, South Nigeria, led by Women for Peace in Nigeria, a non-governmental organization, is encouraging the women folk to pray for Nigeria's peace and the need for God's intervention to end insecurity. Udwa Etam reports.
Despite insecurity and other numerous challenges facing Nigeria, with the federal government putting up a bold fight to ensure the nation is safe for all and sundry, many spiritually inclined believe that prayer is the key to the nation's stability. These thoughts prompted the hosting of a national prayer conference, South Zone in Calabar, under the aegis of Women for Peace in Nigeria, to pray for the country's greatness, believing that no nation can grow in an atmosphere of disunity and violence.
The country, as you can see and as you can hear, there are insecurity that is on. Whether we like it or not, this is not something we can hide. And so we need to pray for the peace of this country. We need to pray for the unity of this country.
It is only Nigeria that we have, our nation. And therefore, we must be careful. We must, as a matter of necessity, make sure peace reigns in this country, because that is our Jerusalem.
Peace is not negotiable. We need peace in our own lives, personal relationships. We need peace. We need peace in our relationships with our children, our families. Everyone desires peace.
Guest speaker, member representing Cross River Central Senatorial District, Senator Sandy Ono, represented by the DG Caterpillar Movement and others, are calling on women to remain steadfast in their faith, as prayers will bring solution to the nation's challenges.
We must live here believing that we have a quota to contribute to peace and unity of this country. But in doing so, we must fight with every strength we have to kill corruption, fight to kill injustice.
We had come and taken a decision that we shall all join hands with the women to actualize the dream of peace in this nation.
This building, we must know, is the foundation for creating sustainable human security and equitable development.
Guest Minister Bishop Ofon Bogachibong, who preached in line with the theme, Nigeria is our hope, make us instrument of peace, encouraged Nigerians to pray for national unity. The organization's logo for 2021 and 2022, knocking on millions' door for peace, was unveiled besides the cutting of the anniversary cake. Earlier, there was a rally where the women moved around major streets of Calabar to announce the need for Nigeria to embrace peace for nation building. In Calabar, Uduak Etam, NTA News.
Reports reaching us indicates that patients are returning to the Federal Medical Center Yenegua following the suspension of the strike by the Association of Resident Doctors. Doris Akumaye visited the health facility for an update.
As you can see around me, there are few patients and patient relatives coming in and going out of the hospital. Most patients are not aware that the strike has been called off by the Association of Resident Doctors. The 64-day strike by the Association of Resident Doctors crippled activities in the public hospitals, leaving patients at the mercy of few consultants and nurses. The doctors who officially suspended their strike on the 3rd of October reduced the burden of patients seeking medical care in private clinics.
It's a good thing because if they weren't here, I don't think that there will be nobody here to attend to me. So it's a very good thing that they called off the strike.
Patient, for example, in the hospital now, when there is strike, patient will just die. Every day patient die.
It has been called off for though, but I'm not yet seeing doctors.
President Association of Resident Doctors FMC Yenagoa, Dr. Ebidi Mie Divine said members decided to heed to the plea of Nigerians to suspend the strike and has given the authorities 6 weeks to review their demands.
It's feeling amongst us as resident doctors in the sense that we look at the helpless Nigerian populace who cannot afford good health care. And for their sake, we felt that we should suspend at this point.
It will be recalled that the Association of Resident Doctors embarked on the strike to press home their demand of GIFMIS and migration to the IPPIS, non-payment of debts in service benefit to doctors who lost their life in the line of duty, funding of the Medical Resident Training Fund, and removal of house officers from the scheme of service, among other issues. In Yenagoa, Doris Akomoye, NTA News.
That's the size of a package for tonight, but before we go, let's take a quick look at some of the stories that made the headlines. President Muhammad Buhari is expected to present the 2022 budget to a joint session of the National Assembly on Thursday. Federal Executive Council has approved the amendment of the medium-term expenditure framework of 2020 to 2022, as well as amendments to the 2020 budget. We also told you that Anambra State has gotten a new Commissioner of Police, Echeng Eworo Echeng, making him the 4th Commissioner of Police in the state within the period of 8 months. To have a pleasant evening.